Okay, welcome to my home lab. I am still setting it up, but I wanted to show you guys what I have built so far. Give you a little bit of an idea about what it does. So, up here is the switch. It's a layer 2 managed switch. All the cables are color coded and labeled. So blue is VMware data, not VMware, VM data. Green is internet, and orange is management. Each one of these is labeled with the node that it goes to. Here we have node 1 and node 2 for Proxmox. Node 1 has this SSD plugged in, USB SSD, that is used to store the ISO files on. And coming down we have node 3. Node 3 has a 256 gig mag drive actually for local backups. So spin stuff up here and then you can back up templates and things here. This is the storage server. This is running Ubuntu. It has some Dockers on it. It has a time server and it is sharing an internal 1 terabyte drive as iSCSI, which is where the VMs can live for these three. But it also has this 1 terabyte drive, which is USB 3 external, which is for backups, which is shared across these using NFS. So that is how I can back up VMs on that cluster. Coming down again, we have the firewall. That's an old Bricks, little Bricks micro PC. And it's running OpenSense with, as you can see at the back there, USB Ethernet adapters. All of these have quite a few Ethernet adapters in them to give them all the different networks. HDMI switcher, so I can make any of these turn up there on the screen if I need to see what they're doing. And this is Security Onion. This is the SOC seam. I have yet to set that up properly. I installed it once, but it needs to be completely reinstalled and rebuilt. But that's going to allow me to gather all of the logs and then the events from not just the hardware but the VMs inside, and allow me to actually work out what's going on as I'm going through my classes. So each one of these is a 16 gig of RAM. It's got a 128 gig NVMe as a boot drive, and they've got a 500 gig mag drive for storage. So that's those three. This one has pretty much the same spec except it's a 1 terabyte. The way that they're currently set up is the internal card goes to the blue, which is the VM data network. So up here, there is a cheap USB adapter, which is only 100 meg. That goes to the internet, and the expensive USB adapter goes to this, which is 1 gig, which goes to your management. So this is how I communicate with everything from here, and they all talk to each other. That will only be for the VMs. That is only to go out, and then that green goes down to him, and then he goes out to the internet. And all the storage and everything goes across this network. And the shelves, I was going to buy a lovely little rack. They're quite expensive, and they're just, I don't know, several $100s, and I didn't really see much value in them. So I went to IKEA and I bought 2 side tables, and I drilled some holes, not always perfectly, and screwed in the shelves. So instead of having 1 shelf here and 1 shelf here, I now have these 2 as well, and yeah, fits quite nicely. Over here we have a little screen, which is USB powered Ethernet, which is currently plugged into the firewall over there, just so that I can see what's going on. If I need to actually interact with any of these, I have a wireless keyboard with a touchpad and a USB adapter there, so I plug it in, set the HDMI, and then I can control them. Everything is sitting on this power board, which has 2 switches, so I can turn everything off when I'm done. And spare adapters and whatnot, phone charger. And then this is the all-in-one PC that I use to control all of this, so it can also be used as a monitor. So I can switch between the computer and what's just been displayed over here. Now I'm going to use some magic, and we're going to go and see the software that is sitting on that machine and show you what's going on over there. Okay, and now we have some magic, so we can see what I have running on this machine and what tools I'm using with the cluster and the rest of it, the HomeLab. It's definitely not finished. I'm trying to sort of get the last of the design, most of the network design done. But this is what we have at the moment. So node 1, we can see that it has its ISO drive. Node 2, nothing interesting at all about node 2, it's just a processing node. And node 3 has this extra local backups sitting there. We can see the shared SCSI and we can see the NFS backup. So that's what's currently sitting running here. What I haven't configured yet, and the reason why there's no VMs or anything running, is down here. I haven't done anything with the network. I don't know the network in Proxmox. I'm learning, so I know what I want to do. I want to bind specific networks to specific network adapters in each machine, so that when I create VMs, I can create network adapters to say that you're an internal only, or that you're an internet, or you're internal on that node only. So I might make an entire structure on node 2 that can't leave node 2. So I have to learn how to do that part of it. But we have the cluster running. If we come back up here, we can see that we have a cluster. They're all happily running. So the next thing along is my firewall, which is OpenSense, which I'm finding really irritating. I make any change on the hardware, it renames interfaces and everything just breaks, which is just wonderful. So at the moment it is connected by wireless to a separate network. So it's isolated, but that's how it gets internet. And then it has a wired connection to here, to the management, and it has a wired connection to the green cables, to that network. And I really haven't done anything with this other than get it to the point that internet is flowing to the management network. I haven't configured any of the other interfaces yet. This is the switch. So the reason that I went with a layer 2 switch was for a few reasons. One, you get the ability to do this, so you can trunk ports together if you need. You get monitoring, and this is a lifesaver when you're trying to figure out what's going on, because you can see the transmitted packets, you can see whether it's up or down, and you can see what speed it's. So like it's so useful. It also has port mirroring, so when I do the security stuff, I can mirror all of the traffic on a particular port to another port. So it can be very useful for that sort of sneakiness when you're trying to see exactly what a program is doing, or a virus, or an attack. So that's very good. And the last part, and for me the most important, was the VLAN. So I'm port based at the moment. I may go to tagged later, but right now the simplest way to set up and start is by using the port based. So basically 1 is the default, and then if you put in 2, you'll see the ports that are in 2. Put in 3, you'll see the ports that are in 3. But they're also written here, so you can work out exactly what VLAN they're in. VLANs basically just separate everything out. So if you have VLAN 2 and VLAN 3, something in VLAN 2 can't see VLAN 3. So that's the purpose of that. So it makes separating the data and keeping things contained much easier. Now, the 3 tools that I have discovered that I'm starting to learn to do this. This is Netdata. It's a monitoring platform. If I go over to nodes, I just found this, it's free, it's really quick and easy to set up compared to PRTG or something. It's really lightweight, it's running in a Docker on the storage server. which is this server, which you can see is doing not all, 13% of its CPU, 14% of its memory with this Docker and this Docker up here running on it. But it can see the OpenSense, it can see the 3 nodes, it can see that, and it can show me their activity. But it can also go in, and I need to remember exactly where. I've been running this for like the grand total of 2 days. I can go in and see the Dockers that are running on a particular machine. So we can see the VMs running on a host and show me that information as well. So I can see that that's the Netdata. This is what's using the CPU on that host. And Netbox, which I'm going to show you next, is using a tiny amount. So it gives me that, and it gives me history. There is so much stuff here that I haven't even turned on yet. But again, you can go and see all the connectors, physical and virtual. You can really dig in. So again, if you're trying to work out something going wrong, a platform like this is extremely handy to be able to actually dig in and see where it is all going wrong, or if a node is down, or it's just been hammered. You can see the network's been hammered, or the memory or whatever, in one place. So that's really cool. So that's Netdata. This one is called Netbox, not related as far as I know. This is a documentation platform. So this lets me actually document the configurations. And it's pretty cool. So you can start at organization, and you can go down, so you can go sites and locations. So I have a site called HomeLab, and I have only just started populating this. You can see that's got my time zone. We can see here that we have a non-racked device, which is this machine. We can go up and we can see what else have we got here. Oh, we've got a rack. Let's have a look at the rack. Okay, we've got home rack. Oh, we can see that my switch, my nodes, my storage, my OpenSense, that's all been configured. I need to change that so that, no, can I just drag stuff? No, I'll have to fix that. I'm still learning how this all gets put together, but I really like this, and the fact that you can download that. You add the devices in. So in your devices area, you have roles, so you can do device types, you can put modules. You've got interfaces, so that the individual ports, all that sort of stuff, so that when you come and have a look at a device, say node 1, so you can see some basic information about node 1 at this level, but it tells you where it is, what its role is, its primary IP address. I can go and have a look at the interfaces. Now I have to enter all of this manually at the moment, but I am told that you can import stuff, and I did import using a CSV the ports for the switch, which I'll show you in a second. So with this, you can actually connect cables to networks, to interfaces. So when you come down to interfaces, you can actually see this is the switch and this is what they're plugged into. So you can see that, sorry, these are all the interfaces. You can see all of the devices and what their interfaces are. Somewhere in here, was it in here? No, I am still learning. I think it's this one. This one. So you can see that I have port 16 is connected to NIC 1 on. It doesn't say the device. That's annoying. I might need to change the way I name things. But you can click on that and you can see what device it is. It's node 1. So you can see that sort of information. That's, well, I don't know if I can add. Oh, here we go. So can I add? I'm pretty sure I saw. Yeah, okay. So I need to get some consistency, but you can add those two in. And now you can see it switch and node. That's better. So you can see that, you can come down, you can put your wireless and your VPN. It has virtual machines, so you can put them on your clusters. And I added in a plugin, which was a bit of a bear, but this gives you the ability to do network diagrams. So where did I? And yes, and the site is HomeLab. Now I don't have much put in there yet, but it can draw based on the information it's given. It can draw these out, and then you can see what they are. It tells you where they are and what they are and all that sort of stuff. So that's going to be awesome once I've got everything put in there, and you can see the VMs underneath a host and how they're connected and all the different pathways and stuff. So this one definitely is going to take a lot of time to configure, but really powerful and a really good way to be able to go, you know, really quickly to see, okay, so how have I got this one configured? What's the interface there? And you can, again, you can put in a lot of information here. You can add in the MAC addresses and all sorts of stuff. So it's incredibly powerful. The last one is Bookstack. Bookstack, I chose, there was a couple that I sort of looked at and I liked this. This is a documentation platform for notes. So this is more for when you want to say like, you're running through your coursework, which is what this one is for, and you want to type the notes. What script did I run there? What results did I get? What weird, peculiar thing did I notice? So that's what this is for. So this will be as is configuration. Basically, what's in here, but what commands did I run? What scripts did I run? That sort of information. I am still learning Proxmox, so I have some stuff in here. So how I'm setting up Proxmox, and then comparisons or notes with these two, because VMware and Hyper-V are the ones I've been used to. Stuff and things is for things like this. So how did I install and configure this? That would go in here. But it's also if I've decided to play with other tools, play with other interesting things. And the last one is testing OSs. I'm testing a whole bunch of new OSs at the moment, with Windows 11 being so terrible. It is in there, so is 2022, and 2025 will go in as well. I've got Mint Linux currently running on a Surface Go 1. I've got Zorin running on this machine and on a Surface Pro 5. Tried Fedora on the go, it was awful. So, and Ubuntu I run on a bunch of different things, including that server. So it'll just be notes and interesting things as I go through and understand more about them. There'll be more OSs, more versions of Linux, just as I go. So this is my information, and these all three are running Dockers. This one is on my NAS. These two are running on the storage server, and this is more so that I can take notes when I'm not sitting here at this machine. I can jump out and do other things, but I quite like this because it's a shelf, and then you have a book, and you have a page, and you can type on the page. You can also do chapters, and it has change logs and that sort of stuff. I just like the way that this was laid out. Was going to be conducive to thought dumping, which is when I'm learning how I work. You know, my work in progress stuff is all notepads, text editor and notepads. So then taking that and dumping it into here, and then being able to organize it later into chapters and things like that, I think is going to be quite good. But that's basically the run through. So it's a fairly powerful setup. It should definitely let me run quite a lot, especially with Security Onion. I didn't really talk about Security Onion because I haven't really done anything with it yet, but that is a full SOC SIEM setup that allows quite a lot of cybersecurity analysis. So the combination of that and this, being able to document everything, being able to run full simulated environments within this and having it all completely contained. I'm really excited. So I'll do more videos as I go along, as I learn new tools, as I find interesting things. Once I get the security onion set up, I'll probably do another video like this one. But yeah, that's my little home lab at the moment. If you guys know any tools, please let me know. I'll definitely consider more tools, different tools. I've got a few different study platforms, CBT Nuggets, and one that I can't pronounce that Colbury told me about. Look really good, and there's some other courses and some reading that I'll be doing and experiments I'll be going through. So pretty much all that's left to say is happy birthday, Brock, and I'll see you guys next time.